Does God exist? To get an answer to this question, we must first understand who God is. God is the one who created the universe and all that exists. To know if there is God, we must find out if this universe has got a creator. Does this universe have a creator? We will begin with the first question. Did this universe exist forever? If it did, then it would not need a creator. Astronomers are able to measure the age of the universe, and they say the universe is 13.8 billion years old. Can you measure the age of something if it did not have a beginning? The age of the universe tells us that the universe indeed had a beginning. If the universe had a beginning, then there must be a cause for it. There are only two possibilities for the beginning of the universe. 1. The universe created itself. 2. Something created the universe. Let's examine the first possibility. Can the universe create itself? It is like asking, can you give birth to yourself? Something that did not exist cannot bring itself into existence. So, the first possibility is ruled out. We are left with only the second possibility, which is something created the universe. We refer to this something as God Almighty. The moment you hear this, you may ask, who created God? To find the answer to this question, we must understand the concept of time. Without time, nothing will have a beginning or an end. Everything within the universe is dependent on time. That is why everything in the universe has a beginning and an end. Scientists agree that time came into existence. So, like the universe, time also had a beginning. We can understand that the God Almighty, who is the cause for the universe, should also be the cause for time. You might ask, why should we make that assumption? Let's understand this in detail. If God exists within time, it would mean that God has a beginning. Something that has a beginning needs a cause. So the obvious question is, who is the cause for God? Now, let's say I give you an answer for that question. The next question would be, who is the cause for that cause? I'll give you an answer. The next question would be, who is the cause for that cause of the cause? And you'll come up with another question, who is the cause for the cause of the cause of the cause? This chain will keep on going without an end. If this chain keeps on going without an end, then the universe itself cannot get created. Let's understand this with an example. Mr. A is a fisherman who needs permission from Mr. B to begin fishing. Mr. B needs permission from Mr. C, and Mr. C needs permission from Mr. D. Mr. D needs permission from Mr. E, and Mr. A needs permission from Mr. F. If the chain keeps on going like this without an end, will Mr. A ever get the permission to begin fishing? The answer is no. Let's apply the same logic to the creation of universe. We know that the universe is created, which means there was no endless chain. That would have been possible only if God Almighty is outside of time. If God Almighty is within time, then God will be caught in the time loop of never-ending chain. So God Almighty, who is outside of time, cannot have a beginning or an end. An entity that does not have a beginning or an end can never be created. So, the question, who created God, itself is incorrect. The age of the universe is measured, therefore, the universe has a beginning. The universe could not have created itself. So, something must have created the universe. Like the universe, time also came into existence. God Almighty cannot be within time, as it leads to an infinite loop of causes. Therefore, God is beyond time, with no beginning or an end. It is meaningless to ask who created God, as God has no beginning or an end. If you would like to read the translation of the glorious Quran, please contact this phone number through phone or WhatsApp. Thank you.